I don't know about anybody watching this video, but I have never wanted a dream job. The thought of even having a job that's a dream makes absolute no sense to me. Like, it just literally, like, I can't even comprehend that somebody would literally have a dream job. Like, I understand people are motivated and want to make a lot of money, but the fact that somebody would want to have a dream career or dream job that they want to work towards and just get promoted towards, it's like, it makes little no sense. Like, the fact, like, my dream job is literally just not having a job. Like, I don't want to work. I don't want to fucking wake up at 6:30, 6 a.m. every single day for the rest of my life. Go to a place for 9 hours every single day, 8 hours a day. Talk to people that I don't like, socialize with them, make small talk with them, and spend more time with them than I do with my own family. Like, I don't want to do that. Who the hell dreams to do that type of stuff? It makes absolute no sense. It's illogical, makes no sense. And people that literally are like that, I don't want to talk to them. I don't want to be friends with them because it's just honestly a little bit depressing that you want to work for the rest of your life or you want to have a dream job. Like, I literally cannot comprehend that. It makes no sense to me. And like, you could do so many things with your time, but instead we have to work for 30, 40 years and save money just so that one day we can retire. And even that's not guaranteed. Who knows what age we're going to die? Who knows when we're going to live until? We have no idea. Nobody knows. We could literally die at any fucking moment. And chances are pretty high that, they're not that high, but I'm just saying, chances are pretty normal that you could die without even having retired in the first place. So you could literally just work your entire life and you could die at the age of like 55 or 60 years old right before you're supposed to retire. So it's like, what the heck is the point of, working for your entire life just to not even be able to retire and just enjoy the last years of your life? Like, it makes absolute no sense if you think about it that way. And like, man, like, yeah, I just can't think of a dream job. Like, it just makes no sense to me. Like, I go to work every single day and I see all these people that are, I mean, from what it seems like to me, they seem pretty motivated and they're like, yeah, like they go to work all happy and stuff and talk to everybody and they just act as if everything's all normal. They act as if waking up at 5 a.m., taking your kids to daycare, walking the dog, doing all this work is normal. Saying hi to everybody, oh, how's your weekend? Like, how was your night? Oh, this, that bullshit. They act as if all that stuff is normal, and as if you're not. And if you're not doing that, then you're not fucking normal. Then you're weird. Then you're not part of the crowd, part of the sheep crowd or whatever, right? And it's like they think they literally want to do that shit for 40 years. I mean, don't get me wrong. I know a lot of people don't want to be doing this stuff for 30 years, even though it may seem like they want to. But at the same time, I don't know how it seems like they all enjoy doing this stuff. Like, I don't know how they can literally just go to work every day and just smile. And I don't fucking get it. Like, I can't. I've tried being positive. I tried going to work and having a good attitude, and being positive, and tried to talk to other people and really try to become friends with them. And like, I've gotten to be friends with some people at work, not everybody, but trying to be positive at work, yeah, it works for maybe like a week or 2 weeks, but after that, just everything just starts to become so monotonous and mundane that you can't be positive anymore. Like, there's no way, because you just start to see how negative this entire work environment is, and how just how terrifying the idea is that you have to work here until like you're 30 years old, not at a specific company, but just in general, you have to work for 20, 30, 40 years. And just that thought is just terrifying and so depressing that it doesn't matter how positive I try to be. All that weight just causes me to be negative about working for the rest of my life. Because who the hell wants to work for the rest of their life? Like, it literally makes no sense, right? And now you get some people that say, okay, well, if you don't work, then what are you going to do? How are you going to pass the time? And it's like, buddy, there's so many other things that I can do to pass the time. Just because I don't want to work does not mean that I don't want to do anything. It doesn't mean that I want to just sit on my ass and just stay at home and just play video games all day. That's not what it means. Like people, normal people like me, we have hobbies, we have passions that we want to do, but we can't do those things because work gets in the way. Because fucking dream career that people have, that shit gets in the way, and it makes no sense. Like I would rather pass the time doing things like gardening. Like right now, one of my biggest passions is wanting to build a greenhouse because I live in a climate where it's pretty cold. I live in Alberta, Canada, and over here, average temperature year round is about 0 degrees, 2 degrees. Like in the summertime, it gets up to like 35, 30 degrees. But for like 7 to 8 months of the year, the average temperature is literally like -20, -15. And so you can't really grow tropical plants or fruit trees outside in Calgary. Like you can in Alberta, Calgary, but they won't fruit as well as they would in other countries or other parts of Canada. And so my passion is to build a greenhouse, whether small or big, and see if I can plant fruit trees, regular plants inside of them, and try to grow them as if they were growing somewhere tropical, like, I don't know, like Australia or Hawaii or India, and try to get that same growth in that plant that would happen in otherwise tropical places. So that's what I'm really passionate about. And if I had the whole day to myself, that's literally what I would do. I would go out in the garden, I would go to the greenhouse, I would tend to my plants and trees and just look after them and clean them up and see if there's any pests or any bugs or anything like that on the plants. And like stuff like that would take up my entire day, right? And that type of stuff, yeah, you could see it as work, but because I see it as my passion and it is my passion, I'm not gonna get that tired from doing that because I feel like I'll get more energized when I do those things. And I'm also not sitting on my ass in the office in a cubicle for like 9 hours of the fucking day. And even when I get my lunch hour break, I'm still sitting in the car for an hour, and it's like it just destroys your body. So if I'm doing something else besides that, at least I can get my body up to shape and I can move my body around and treat my body like how it's supposed to be treated, how humans are supposed to act and behave. Like we're supposed to be moving, we're supposed to be doing things, but instead we're fucking stuck in an office sitting on a chair for 9 hours a day, which makes it's so unnatural. Like that's not how it's supposed to be. It literally destroys our bodies, and then we do the same thing every single day, and then everybody just expects us to be all happy and positive and go to work like, hey man, yeah, like how was the Christmas party? Like how was your weekend? Oh yeah, I got up to this, I did that. Oh yeah, like how was your daughter's gymnastics practice? It's like, who the fuck cares? Like we're all lying to ourselves. None of this shit matters. Working doesn't matter, but we have to do it anyways. And I'm not trying to act like a spoiled brat. I'm not saying I'm spoiled. I'm just saying I don't want to act like I'm complaining that I have to work. I'm not complaining at all. Well, like I am a little bit, but the main thing that I'm trying to say is nobody wants to work, but that doesn't mean people are lazy. It just means people know that there's other things that they can do with their lives that will benefit them more, that'll make this life more meaningful. But they just feel stuck because they have to work a job, not only that they do not like, will work a job that literally just drains all your mental energy so that when you come back home later in the day at 5 or 6 p.m., whatever it is, you don't have any energy to talk to your family. You don't have any energy to do the things that you want to do because you're just so drained from work, right? Like, and the work that we do is also just so like, it's just so unnatural. Like I've already talked about that, but if we had to go to work and work involved planting plants and gardening, stuff like that, which where you put your hands in the dirt, you get yourself dirty, you're working outside, you work, it's more natural, and you feel more alive because the sun's shining on your face, you're breathing fresh air, fresh oxygen, and you're actually outside doing the things that you want to do, and it feels good, it feels natural. But no, we're stuck in an office for 10 hours every single day, and there's no escape, man. Like there's no escape. And I don't know how the hell I'm gonna do this for the rest of my life. or for 20, 30, whatever years. And I don't know how I'm gonna do that and still try to stay positive. So it's tough, man. Yeah, I have no idea how I'm gonna do it, but I'm gonna have to figure something out because this is not the way, man. This is not the way we should be living. So, anyways, that's my rant about dream career and people pursuing their career aspirations. What a joke. All right, peace.